Governor Rick Snyder and Mayor Dave Bing are taking to the airwaves this weekend to explain to the nation why bankruptcy is the only way out for the city of Detroit. Bing will be a guest on ABC's This Week with George Stephanopoulos Sunday morning at 10. Joining me in the studio tonight to dig deeper into the city's bankruptcy filing and what's next is Brad Coulter, Managing Director of O'Keefe and Associates in Bloomfield Hills, a turnaround firm. Certainly that's what the city of Detroit is hoping to turn around its fortunes. But this court ruling from Ingham County, that's the first thing that's got to be addressed. What's your take?
It's an interesting argument. The state constitution prohibits any impairment of earned pension benefits. So the argument is that since the city plans to restructure pension benefits, it cannot file for bankruptcy. I think that's a bit of a stretch, but it's one of many roadblocks that are going to be thrown up as Detroit establishes that it had the authority to file for bankruptcy. What's going to happen in bankruptcy court is they have to establish they had the authority, meaning they negotiated with creditors in good faith, they're insolvent and incapable of meeting their debts when due, and then this third wrinkle, which will be interesting to see how it plays out.
Creditors, pensioners certainly concerned about the end result of a bankruptcy filing. And we've already heard from the representatives of the pensions. We're going to fight. We're ready to fight.
That's what I think is going to happen too. Now, hopefully this goes quickly, but I personally don't think so. Although we do have the full weight of the governor behind it, pushing it, so that certainly helps. But there's so many precedents that are going to be set both for the bondholders and the unions on the treatment of pensions that affect not only Detroit, but other municipalities that are going through the same distress. I think they're going to have to fight very hard to make sure precedents aren't set in this case in bankruptcy court. They're going to adversely affect the unions and the bondholders further down the road.
And you don't think that the filing by Detroit of bankruptcy is going to be the last municipality to do that?
No, Detroit's, there's easily 100 cities and school districts in Michigan that have similar problems with grossly underfunded retiree obligations. And nationally, you can just look to Illinois, California, New York, all over. Cities and municipalities are way overextended. So this is probably a decade-long problem that's going to go through.
Kevin Orr has said he hopes that this will be complete, the process, by the end of next summer. Is that realistic in your view?
You know, it's hard to tell from the open right at the beginning. Again, you do have the full weight of the state helping push this. But again, I think there's so much money involved and precedents to be set with the bondholders and the unions and the retirees that I think they're going to fight tooth and nail, which means it will take a lot of time.
All right, Brad, we'll leave it there tonight. Thank you very much. Brad Coulter, O'Keefe and Associates, thank you for your insights.
Yep, thank you for having me.
Smitha?